Now, today marks 3 years since the collapse of a shaft at the Lily mine in Barberton, Mpumalanga. The tragedy left more than 100 mine workers injured and 3 of them trapped underground. The bodies of Priti Nkambule, Yvonne Mnisi and Solomon Nyerende have never been retrieved. The 3 disappeared when a container they were in fell into a sinkhole. Around the same time last year, more than 950 workers were trapped for 2 nights at Sibanye Stillwater's Beatrix mine that's in the Free State. The incident happened after a power outage. There were no facilities and all workers were rescued. Now, for more on this story of the Lily mine disaster 3 years ago, we're joined by AMCU President Joseph Matunjwa to talk us through what they as a union will be doing to commemorate these workers. Mr. Matunjwa, good morning to you. Hope you can hear me. Talk to me about whether there are still efforts, from what you know, to try and retrieve that container, which presumably still has the remains of these 3 mine workers.
Yes, good morning to you and to your viewers. Yes, we will be commemorating the Lily mine disaster today, reflecting of what could have happened and what could have been of assistance to retrieve that container. It is quite stressful that 3 years down the line, our government couldn't put efforts and resources to retrieve that container.
Mr. Matunjwa, the Department of Mineral Resources today, if I could just read one line from their statement about this 3-year remembrance of these workers, they're saying that they support all efforts that will ensure the new owners are able to resume operations and find the containers so that the container, I should say, so that the families and loved ones can have closure. Are you aware of any new owners at the Lily mine?
Yes, we heard about the new owners, but that is not enough. If the DMR was very much instrumental to release funds from the reserve fund of rehabilitation of all the mines and give it to Gupta to buy Optimum, of which they've run down today, more than 2,000, 3,000 workers, they are out of job at Optimum Colliery. Why the government hasn't given Lily mine the 200,000 to sink the shaft to retrieve that container? I think that is an easy question. It's just a PR exercise to support by any means of administration is fine, but they could have done it better. And also, the DMR should be also be liable for this container, because it shows clearly that the inspectorates from the DMR, they were not doing their job. How did they allow the container to be on top of the mine surface? Because there are legislation, there is law that once you had an open cast and you rehabilitated that area, no structure is supposed to be on top of that particular surface. And 2, when did they last visit the mine underground to see whether the mine stick to its pattern of mining? Surely they could have picked up that this mine is busy mining the crown pillar of which was holding the surface.
Mr. Matunjwa, have you been in touch with the families of these 3 mine workers whose remains to this day have not been retrieved from Lily mine? How are they doing?
They are traumatized. They're still clinging on the hope that their loved ones, they are still alive. But you can understand, the family of Mnisi has been residing, staying in that mine premises since, the container disappeared. Surely it's traumatizing if you know that your child has been buried in that particular hole. Surely you cannot really rest until such time you get whatever that will show that these are the remains or whatever of their children. It's very stressful. We'll be starting now at 10, the commemoration with the family and the community and the workers.
Just finally, Mr. Matunja, from AMCU's side, is there anything that you are doing in terms of supporting these three families?
I mean, we've been supporting, every year we've been trying to bring whatever assistance that we can bring. But at the end of the day, AMCU doesn't owe any means of production. We survive with the subscription of the members. Whatever that we have, we throw it. But I think it should clearly send a good signal, learnings to our government that these mines need to be monitored. It's not about profit, it's about the livelihood of the workers. Look, for instance, Sibanye Stillwater. Neil Froneman killed about 23 breadwinners last year, one mine. No manager was dismissed. No, they moved the manager from Kloof Mine to Driefontein. No consequences. We've been campaigning for the amendments of Mine Health and Safety Act, but the same DMR, the same government that we voted, never supported us. The only thing that they are busy talking about in that looting forum at Indaba in Cape Town, how to best protect the interest of the investors. They are not talking about the livelihood of the mine workers. How many mine workers are loitering around the mines who are on wheelchair? There's no consequences. These CEOs must be prosecuted. We have to change Mine Health and Safety Act. 10 executives, white executives at Sibanye, they are looting 151 million per annum. The workers, the real operator goes underground earning less than 8,000. Even per annum, the pension fund of the executive is more than the annual salary of the RDO. The minerals are to benefit the nation, not this monopoly capital and its captains. It mustn't. We have to stop this. The salaries of the CEO must be kept. These are the minerals that should benefit every person who lives in this country, not only the few elite.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Matunja. That's Joseph Matunja, the president of trade union AMCU, just sharing his thoughts on the 3-year remembrance of the 3 workers who are still trapped underground at Lily Mine.